Hello and welcome. I'm Excellite and this is my podcast. Hello, Rob.
Hi Tracy, how are you?
I'm good. You're doing that loud thing.
I'm attempting not to. Is that okay?
What's the difference? It's weird. What's the difference between now and when we were talking before I recorded it?
I don't know. What about now?
That sounds better.
Okay.
Seems like it takes a little while for yours to kind of settle in or something. Anywho, what's going on with you, Rob? How are you?
I'm okay. Got a little bit of
Rob
Catholic
just
guilt, but there you
Rob and I
go.
just unloaded. Yeah, Rob's got Catholic guilt.
Other than that, I'm okay.
Rob and I just unloaded our. Well, I just unloaded my anger on somebody. Rob knows. Rob went for the ride
Yeah.
after telling me about it.
I was meta I was metaphorically crucified yesterday.
Yes, yes, you were. Yes, you sure were. Not by me. Not by me.
No, by
Um,
by a friend.
yeah, by a friend. That's right. Well, I'm coming off a weekend that I had a mini vacation that I was kind of told to take, so I could unpack unpack my brain a little bit, relax, and maybe de-anxiety myself a little bit. So I went shopping, and also we went on a Harry Potter marathon, and it was not bad. It was a nice, calm weekend. We had so much rain that it flooded everywhere, and you know, I was good with that. I'm up high, and it was very, very nice. So I'm doing pretty good. You know what we're going to talk about today, Rob?
Well, I believe someone had asked, had requested something, and we're
Yes.
going to do that, aren't we?
Yes, somebody requested to hear the story of how Rob and I met. And I know that at some point in time, somewhere along the line, we've discussed this. But, you know, we'll share it with people who haven't heard the story before. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play a game in which Rob and I see how well we know each other. And I can tell you that Rob's probably going to lose.
Yeah, probably.
I Rob thinks I have a memory like an elephant, especially when he's treated me badly. But whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna play that game and try and get rid of some of Rob's Catholic guilt. So how did we
Yep.
meet, Rob?
How did we
No,
meet?
before we get going, for people who do not know, Rob lives in Britain. In case you couldn't tell by the accent, I do not. I live in Texas, and we still managed to meet.
Yep. Yep.
So I started a
I
podcast. I started a channel 6 years six. I started a channel in 2015. 6 years ago. That's crazy.
Yep. And
And go ahead.
I I commented on one of your podcasts, well, one of your videos.
By one of my videos, yeah.
Mm.
It was what's it about?
There's a UFO one, wasn't it?
Oh, UFO one. My true story about seeing a UFO, which you and I went back over uh like a couple podcasts ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you commented about your true story, and I asked you if you wanted to share it, right?
Mm. Yeah.
And what did you do?
And then I did you a recording, didn't I?
Uh-huh.
And then we got talking.
Mhm.
We were talking.
Yes.
We used to type our messages to each other, and that went on for, I don't know, went on for a while.
Yeah.
And after that, we started um, recording ourselves.
Yes.
And then,
Recording our messages.
which sounds bizarre now, really.
It really does. And the funny thing was that um I don't know if Rob would consider himself chatty, but I know Rob considers me chatty. And so our messages would start kind of overlapping each other.
Yeah.
And like a whole new train of thought would be being talked about by the time we got up.
Yeah, because you're a typical woman.
Oh God, this is gonna go
You
south.
no. Tracy will be talking about one thing, and then I'll go to answer it, and then she'll start talking about something different, but she won't tell you that she's finished talking about the first thing. So I was completely lost. And can you imagine doing this when you're just recording, you're just doing like a voice recording? It was like just crazy.
That's because Rob says my brain is like a box of frogs.
But you do that, Tracy, don't you?
What?
You do just change your chain of thought really quickly, and then you go back to what you were talking about originally, and then
Yes, I do that. I will say, hold that thought. That reminds me. Da, 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 and then I'll go right back to where I left off and go. So anyway, what I was talking. So anyway, and then start from that original topic. And it is a little bit like a speeding train.
verbal dodgeball.
Yes, yes. It is a little bit like verbal dodgeball. Yes. It's honestly, it's because I I don't know. My brain like goes super fast and wants to get everything out at one time to make sure it gets covered. Like, and I don't know what it is. I do throw dodgeballs at you verbally.
Who was it that said in the end, can't we just ring each other?
I think it was you. Yeah. Oh, I don't think I knew that you could call on because we call through Facebook,
Yeah.
and I don't think I knew that you could call through Messenger. So you were like, "Can't we just? Why are we? What is this? Why?" We start off with smoke signals, or you know, uh, what's that? What's that when you tap out SOS? What's that?
Morse code.
First, we start out with Morse code. Then we go to smoke messages, and then typing. Yeah, and they were like, "Hello, we can use technology." And so we must have met about 5 years ago, right? Probably like right about this time. Probably right about this time, 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I just moved in here, so
right.
and yeah, I just moved. I'd split with my wife, and I'd moved into this flat, and um, because I moved in, and I keep telling people this. I moved in on the 6th of the 6th, 2016.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it
That's when
was.
I moved in. I should have
Wow.
warning sign straight away. And yeah, and I've got to admit, I wasn't in a great place when I moved in. So
No.
I have a lot to thank Tracy for.
Well, that was the interesting part was that when we started talking, first off, like I don't I don't tell anybody anything personal about myself. Anybody. Um, that wouldn't be like my child, my husband. Um, Nobody. So, the fact that Rob and I met when we did, and that we started talking like for 3 hours a night and talking about everything, being like really real. I guess because I guess at the time, like it was, we were becoming friends, right? But th- there was no judgment either way talking, and then we
Mm.
just became like we're basically Siamese twins right now, and we still talk almost every day. I mean, it's very close to every day. Once in a blue moon, we skip a day.
Well, no, we do talk about. I mean, obviously, last weekend we didn't, but other than that, we talk every day. We at
Yeah,
least talk for 5 minutes a day. If
yeah.
well, yeah, just
If I've
quick.
missed my allotted time, because sometimes on the rare occasion I'll be asleep, because there's a time difference between Rob and I, obviously. Then I'll call him later in his evening and be like, "Hey, just want to touch base." So that's how we started talking, and yeah, we still talk. We can still blow by 2 hours. We talked for almost an hour before we started this podcast tonight.
Yeah,
we just don't get sick of talking to each other, and we cover some strange topics.
yeah, we certainly do.
And we have some really like deep conversations. And yeah,
Some that
that's
maybe aren't. Some that aren't.
some that aren't as deep. Yeah, so that's how we met. That we met through this channel. So there you go. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a game and we're gonna see how well we know each other after all these years and all that time on the phone and all the information I've thrown at Rob about me. It's been a lot.
I'm going to regret this.
And I do have to say, you said that you owe a lot to me, but I have to say that I think that, I mean, Rob is always there for me and pulls me out of the ditch probably at least once a week. I should just really start just scheduling it into the calendar. Just every Thursday, pull me out of the ditch. So, anyway, are you ready, Rob?
No, but go on.
Well, let's start off with this. Let's do something easy. Um, what state did I live in before I moved to Texas?
Arizona.
Hey, that's right. Okay.
Okay. I live in Cornwall, but where am I actually from?
Manchester.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many children do I claim?
Okay. Oh, great.
How many children do I have?
You have 4 children.
I have 4 children. See, these are easy. These are easy. We haven't gotten too deep yet.
How many children have I got?
I know this though. 5.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh
right?
dear.
2, 4, 5. Is that right?
Yeah. I just can't.
Okay.
That's terrible when you have to
That
count
you
on your
know of.
hand.
That you know of.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What's my favorite color?
Grey.
Thank you. I just told him this a couple days ago.
What's my favourite colour?
Lavender.
Yeah. I do like lavender actually.
Is it your
And
favorite
red,
color?
obviously.
And red. Well, yeah, so that, yes.
Manchester United red, yeah.
Manchester. Yes.
Yeah, I do like lavender.
Do you know when my birthday is?
Ooh. I do, but I can't remember.
Wow.
No, it's gone. See, this
Okay.
isn't a fair question because everybody knows my birthday.
I
Because,
know. Yes. Your birthday is December 24th, Christmas Eve.
yeah. Go on, when's yours again?
March 16th.
March 16th, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about you. Do you guys have St. Patrick's Day there?
Yeah, of course we do, yeah.
Okay, so all my kids are born on holidays, and then I was born the day before St. Patrick's Day, very
All
next
right.
day. So that maybe that'll help you remember.
Do you celebrate it a lot over in America?
Do we celebrate it here? Yeah, mostly by drinking. Like you have to wear green, or you can get pinched, and you drink green beer.
Green, oh yeah, I've seen green Guinness, yeah. I
All right,
drink
your
Guinness
turn.
actually. I
I
do
don't
like
drink
Guinness.
beer. Oh, see, that's. Do I like beer?
No, I was just saying, I've started drinking Guinness again when I go out.
Oh,
I do like Guinness. Um, what else? Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think.
mm,
Uh, can't think of anything now. You've done all the
really?
basics. Go on then. You pick one.
What's my favorite food?
Food.
What's my favorite food?
Mashed potato.
Yes. Yes, that's good. Okay.
and bacon
Gravy.
with
What?
sprouts. Gravy,
Oh,
yeah, but you like sprouts cooked with bacon.
yes, I do very much. Yes, I do.
I
And your
like that as
daughter and
well.
I have that gravy thing in common.
Oh, Keisha's a weirdo.
Wait, no, she's not. She's like her Auntie Tracy.
My daughter will have gravy for breakfast
Just gravy?
and mashed potato for breakfast
Oh, see, that's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly normal. What's wrong with that?
because it's just not right.
Are you kidding me right now?
Well, saying that,
It's the best food.
I suppose people eat leftover pizza the next day and leftover
Yes.
takeaway the next day. So I
Yeah.
suppose in some respects it's just like doing that. I suppose, but
Yeah.
for me,
Well, yeah.
it's not. It's not particularly. It's not
Huh.
particularly nice. Oh, yeah, but very strange. Very strange.
Where did I grow up?
You grew up in Washington State.
Yes, I did.
which is right at the corner.
Which is right in the corner. I was telling my husband that you were talking to that man you met who was from Texas, and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, for church, yeah. Yeah.
And he told him I was originally from Washington State. It's up in the corner, and that was really adorable. It's just from Washington State. It's up in the corner.
Just before Alaska, isn't it? Really?
Um. Well, yes, yes. Well, every cruise that goes to Alaska takes off from. I think every cruise takes off from Seattle. So it's like you can't see it from Alaska. You can't see it Alaska from there, but it's closest.
So Alaska's not joined, is it, to the
No,
rest of? Ah,
no, it's not. Neither is Hawaii.
all right. That's crazy.
I know, isn't that strange?
Yeah, yeah.
I I got Rob a map once.
I'm
I
looking
didn't
at it now.
realize I didn't realize it was like big enough he could wallpaper his bedroom with it. But so that when I talked about places, he could put little pins in there to know where I grew up, where I live, where my children live, where I used to live.
That sounds a bit creepy, by the way.
Well, just so that when I'm offhandedly talking about somebody somewhere where they live, you can look and see where it is in relation to me, or it helps with the conversation if you kind of know the area. You know what I mean? Okay, ask me a question.
That's a question.
Yeah,
On what? On our relationship.
yeah, on how well I know you.
Okay. What's my favourite food?
Well, you like a good Indian. If I had to say your favorite food, I think maybe steak.
Yeah. Won't be having Indian anymore, by the way.
You won't be?
No, they put the prices up really, really badly.
Did they?
Yeah, really badly. By
Rude.
put it this way, set meal for one was £12.50. It's gone up to £15.
Really?
So me and Nigel are like, nah, I'm not having that.
Not having a good Indian anymore.
I have to make it myself, which is that sort of takes the fun out.
Well, yeah. Okay, so let me think. Um, what am I addicted to eating?
Ice.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm anemic. So for those of you who don't know, I have pica. Pica makes you crave ice. Anybody who eats a lot of ice, you know what I'm talking about. Crushed ice. If you're in the United States, you know it's Sonic. You know that you have to go to Sonic, and I do every single day.
You have to go Sonic.
There's a restaurant. It's a fast food place. Some of them still do like roller skates. I don't know if I don't know. Some of them don't. Anyway, they have their own special way of making ice. It's crushed ice. And for people like me who crave ice, we know where to get the quote unquote good ice. I'm not kidding. Those of you who are listening to me and you understand this, you really understand it. The Sonic makes ice that's not hard. So it's crushed, it's got air in it. So it's not hard. It's really crunchable without breaking your teeth. Because you can't just crunch on regular hard ice or you'll break your teeth off. In hospitals, Do your hospitals have really soft ice?
No.
Our hospitals have this soft ice that's it's ultimately the best ice. Everybody knows that the best ice is hospital ice, but you don't want to go get it because it's expensive. Because you have to be in the hospital, see? It's going to cost you about $15,000 to get that ice. But if you're in there, eat it. My nurses think I'm a nut job because I'm like, I need more ice. More ice, please. Can I have some more ice? More ice, please. More ice, thank you. I know I'm dying of COVID, but ice? All right, your question.
Oh, what is your favourite type of TV program?
My favorite type of TV program. Well, I have
Hang on,
two.
you should be asking me that, not me asking you.
Oh,
What's
that's
your
true.
favourite?
What's my favorite type of TV program?
You should be asking me that.
Okay, Rob. What's my favorite type of TV program?
God, I'm such a dick. Um, uh, you like dramas, like police dramas, but English ones?
Yes. Yes, that's absolutely right. That's exactly what I was going to say. British TV dramas. Not like soap operas. Like crime dramas. You guys do them the best. And documentaries.
Um, I like. Well, are you gonna ask me?
You can ask me, Tracy,
What?
what are my favorite kind of TV shows? I'll tell you, yours are ghost hunting shows.
Yeah, yeah. If you wonder why I've gone a bit crazy at the moment, someone has just messaged me, and it sort of flustered me, and I'm a bit all over the show. So that is the reason why I am acting like I've got no brain, which is difficult, believe me.
Do you need to go?
Not yet, no, but I will do. Not yet. After the podcast, I'll be able to sort it out. But it's
Okay.
fine. It's a friend of mine wants to pop over.
Oh. Um. Okay. Ask me another question about you.
What? Oh, that's too easy. That. I was going to ask you what my favourite football team is, but you know that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. God, how shallow am I?
Gosh, Rob.
Uh,
What's your favorite candy?
what?
What's your favorite candy? You say
Yeah, what's my favourite candy?
chocolate?
I do like chocolate. Yeah, I do like chocolate. A bit too much, actually. A bit like. What's I don't know what your favourite chocolate, what your favourite candy is. And you're not a big candy eater, to be honest.
Uh-uh.
Really?
Yeah. I don't really have a favorite. Mm, yeah, I'm not really a big candy eater.
What's my favourite fruit? Now, I have told you this,
You have? Okay. Hold
and
on.
it's
Let me
and it's
think.
you told me that it's really bad for you when you're diabetic.
when you're diabetic, this fruit's really bad for you. Is it like oh, bananas?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, really bad, really really bad, and that is my favorite fruit too.
yeah.
That's a bummer. That was very good. Um, let's see. Let me think. Let me think. Um, what's my favorite animal?
A sloth.
Yes, you're doing great.
Yeah,
A little sloth. Did you see that video of the guy who picked a sloth up and moved him across the street?
yeah. It didn't. It just.
He kind of waved at him in like slow motion and thanked him. He's like, "Thank you." Do you know that if a sloth mom, drops a baby out of a tree, she won't go down and get it because by the time she gets down there, she's put her other kids and herself in danger of being eaten. So it's just like, okay, bye. Isn't that sad?
That's terrible.
I know. Oh,
They just
okay,
don't
go
give a
ahead.
shit, do they?
No, well, I can't. It's survival.
Have you ever seen them swimming?
Sloths swimming?
Yeah, they come down out of the tree. I've seen it a couple of times on. You can get it on your own YouTube or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, they'll be in a pool. They'll climb down out of the tree. There'll be like a pool or a body of water, small body of water, and they'll just go in and have a swim really slowly,
Oh, really?
and then they'll climb out of the water, and then they'll climb back up the tree. And
They, you know why I like them? Because they like always have like a smile on their face.
yeah, they always look stoned to me.
Maybe that's why they always have a smile on their face. Okay, ask me a question.
Um, can I ask you a different question, a different type of question?
Anything you want.
Where do you see the channel in 5 years?
Where do I see the channel in 5 years? Um, well, here's what I like about what's happened to my channel in 6 years. Um, it's really sort of morphed into something other than what it started out to be. Because when I started it, the only thing I did was narrate my stories. So for those of you who do not know, if you go back to the way back to the beginning of my channel, for the first I two I don't know, well, quite a while, mostly 3 years. I don't know. Mostly all I did was narrate my stories, which is how the people who've been around here a long time found me. Was because they're called creepy pasta, and that's what my channel was, creepy pasta channel. And then I started kind of put my toe into unidentified bodies, missing. They were obviously missing people, but they were unidentified, and they've been found, through a crime or out in the desert or whatever. They hadn't, been claimed, and so I started doing their stories, and that kind of morphed into eventually like um, the 411 type stories, and I really like that now I do, true crime kind of stories. Like I just did that 4-part true crime about the Watcher. Um, and that, which is a true story, which is a true actual crime that is recent, and it's really creepy as hell, and which I draws me to it, of course. Um, I like doing the missing people, um, the 411 type. I really love that. Also, by the way, along that, of course, I always did paranormal. I always
Yeah.
did paranormal. I always did UFOs, and then along came cryptids, and I always did ghosts and um, um, what's oh help me, the black figures. What are they called?
Shadow people.
Shadow figures. Always did that because those are things that I have experienced in my life, and I wanted my channel to be, you know, to focus on the creepy, the strange, paranormal, because there's a certain sect of people who we enjoy that type of thing,
Mm.
and that are open to believing the stories I have to share and of things I've experienced. And we have a great little community because of that. So in 5 years, still, I'd like to see the community I have now follow me to see what's in store in the next 5 years. I feel like I'm kind of growing up with my channel, you know, um, to expand into things. I'd I don't I would I'm always going to stay connected to paranormal and my roots in that stuff. I stopped being able to write when my father died. I don't understand what happened. Um, but I don't understand what happened, and if that's coming back. It's taken a different route because I've started painting and being very creative with art, and I'm really enjoying that. But I would like to somehow incorporate that into the channel too because it's something I really enjoy, and I'd really like to share with people, but I don't really know how at this point. I want my community to grow and come with me. I love the comments and the people that are here and support us and support me and have been through some pretty rocky stuff with me and some happy stuff with me. Lots of happy stuff. So in 5 years, just like to be more in depth. I'd like to be doing a lot more live investigations of hauntings. I'd love to delve into stuff like that. Um, I obviously I want to. Our goal is to be able to go on a trip together and go to East Coast and go see the Bridgewater Triangle area and all those. It's the home to the most hauntings and a lot of the stories that have been told on this channel. A lot of movies that are made, and we'd like to go see a lot of. You and I would love to go venture into that. I'd love to do something like that. Um, so yeah, I think I would kind of just want to build up what I have and do the best that I can do the best that I can do.
Mm.
I love that I can put up silly things like haunted hotels you can get a room at, and haunted
Yeah.
things for sale, and haunted houses for sale. I love that people love that stuff too. To get a peek into something that you know everybody would. I love I love that we are the kind of people when, like in New Orleans, when they put up that some places for sale, they say haunted, and we're the kind of people that go, hell yes.
Mm.
I saw a picture on Instagram of, or that was on Zillow, and it had a house for sale, and it said not haunted. And somebody commented and said, I don't think anybody's going to believe this unless you write really, really not haunted. And that just that just made me laugh. Um, I would love to. I love that we can do silly stuff like that, and I'd like to do, keep that in there. What kind of stuff would you like to see in this in this channel? And
I think the main thing is I think moving forward, I think you need from a personal point of view. I think looking back over the 5 years, we things have always been fresh. Things have never got stale, and the channel's never got stale, and it's always been different. And I think moving forward, that's what I would want for the channel. I find it very, like when I was telling you yesterday, I think it was yesterday, about the phone falling off the sofa, and we're the type of people who that to us isn't necessarily scary, it's interesting.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of people out there like that who maybe like are involved with the channel or like listen to the channel. And I think it's important that we give people that opportunity to it's I know it's just no, not just it's a safe space for people who like that kind of thing. You're not going to get the piss taken out of you. You're not going to people are going to listen. People, I don't think we've ever had any really negative comments towards stuff that people have wrote. Not that I can remember. I mean, we've had a couple about stuff we've wrote or I've wrote, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I just think we just need to carry on the way what we've been doing. And I think that to me is important. That we don't. I mean, obviously, fundamentally it's your channel. I just think it's got to stay with all them things you've just said. That's what it's got to stay. How it's got to stay is that where with the ethos being the same as when you began the channel. It needs to stay that way. That's what I think. If that makes any kind of sense to anybody.
Yeah. You mean a large portion of paranormal things, or?
I think the fact that you branched into sort of maybe, like you were saying about not being able to, since your dad passed, not being able to write. I think I think you're doing yourself a disservice. You have branched into different stuff. I don't think the channel's lacking because you're not writing stories. I think you found other outlets for your creative juices, so to speak, whether it be art, whether it be other stuff that's going on the channel. And I think we've got a healthy mix, really. I mean, I listen to a lot. I listen to a lot of stuff on YouTube, and what I find is you get a lot of paranormal channels who fall into
Mm-hmm.
um, the same thing that they'll
Rut.
same rut. Yeah, they just focus on one thing,
Yeah.
and they're good. Some of the channels are good, and they're interesting. But once you've done one ghost hunt, every other ghost hunt it sort of becomes the same,
Mm.
and they
Yeah.
don't seem to branch out into anything else. And I think that's where
Mm-hmm.
your channel is different, and people. I mean, Let's be honest here. There are YouTube channels where people will watch, thousands and thousands of people will watch people opening boxes.
Yes.
You know, we're off. We are offering, in my opinion, for people who like unusual paranormal things, something a lot different than what is already out there. I know
Right.
it's easy to say that
Yeah.
because I'm part of the channel, but yeah, I do think that I think that's why you've got a lot of subscribers.
I really like that this is what I like. I want to put up stuff I like. When I put stuff up, I like it. It's stuff I would watch myself.
Yeah,
I don't want to not be true to who I am to try and get more viewers, or put stuff up that I'm not interested in. Um, I I am proud of the fact that the stuff I put up I'm always interested in. I like it. So, and um, which helps me to be able to look into it and get the information for it because I'm interested. If I was just doing stuff that I knew would draw in, because you can focus on things that you know are going to draw in a certain audience, and build on that, and and make a lot of money. I don't make money. Most of my topics have been demonetized, and I know that, and I really like doing this. I really like to listen to what am I trying to say? I really like to put up things that I find creepy, strange,
yeah.
interesting, unexplainable, that get people talking more. What We have some great conversations down below. We have people with this channel that really contribute a lot, in their support, and even just saying, "Hey, I really like this," or "Hey, just want to stop by and say, hi." I love that. They, stick around, they listen to that stuff, and I feel like they're liking the stuff that I like, so we have that connection. And so I don't want to change that. I don't want that to be changed in 5 years. Whatever
Can
I
I
put
just
up is something I'm interested in.
say something? And
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you'll agree with this. We have never posted anything we didn't like.
Yeah.
We have
Well,
never.
some of our podcasts have gone
Well,
south, but
the odd podcast that went a bit skew with, but um, they weren't things we didn't
we didn't
do
plan it
that
that way.
podcast. We didn't finish the podcast and say we don't like that. We're not, but we'll post it anyway.
Yeah.
We posted, you know, so everything. If there is stuff that we do and we don't think it's good enough, it doesn't get posted.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's
You know,
absolutely true.
and I think other
There's been
YouTube channels.
subjects that we've there's been subjects that I've wanted to do, and like once was a what really sticks out in my mind was a podcast that Rob and I were going to do about
Aleister Crowley.
Aleister Crowley, and I just couldn't get behind it. I just couldn't, and
Yeah.
so I just didn't do it. Um, I've actually, like, for people who are new here, please go back and go to my playlist and find the video that says why we're not doing like paranormal stuff right now or something like that. It's when I kind of started adding things like serial killers, because what the next podcast was. The podcast after that is about serial killers, or sometime around there, because we had to take a break from. We were doing. I was doing only paranormal stuff,
Yeah.
and I think it was Jory, my son, and I, who did a podcast in which we named between us probably 40 names of demons, just naming them out and what region they came from and what religion believed in it and what they meant. And it wreaked havoc in my life, and Rob was here for that, and everybody started having some backlash because of this. And if you guys haven't, it's very strange to say this out loud, but it is some of the best content as far as creepy, scary stuff goes that I put out. It also turned my trajectory to do other kinds of topics, which ended up being a good thing. I mean, for moving my channel along, I think, because then I had to find other things I found interesting, that were also paranormally, like the disappearances in the national forests and stuff. The options for what's causing that is so
Yeah.
many theories. So, I love to dig into those. As not fun that people disappeared, obviously, but interesting to talk about amongst us, the reasons why this could be happening and all that. We have some great conversations down below about down below in the comment section. When those things come up, and for a lot of my stuff, and people who tell stories about what happened to them, and but if you guys are interested in that major turning point on this channel, to how other subjects started being covered, I would look into that on my playlist. And also, one of the things that I'm most proud of that we've done on this channel was our conspiracy theory series.
Oh, yeah.
And we did a 4-part conspiracy theory series, where 4 of us uh, took on different like 9/11. 4 of us took it on and analyzed it from different points of view, scientifically, emotionally, the victims, the history leading up to it, the evidence, and we systematically broke it down and went through. And I think it was fantastic. It was demonetized. You're not allowed to do conspiracy theories. Well, but I really think for those people who are new, if you go back and look at the conspiracy theory about 9/11 and that 4-part series, I'm really proud of it. Really think we did a great job. And I don't say I'm proud of myself very often, that's for sure. But there's a lot of interesting things for people who are new if you go back and look over the videos that I think that you'll really find things that are interesting to you throughout the history of the channel, that I appeal to you to go back and look through the work we've done. I've done, at the beginning, and then as I picked up my son for quite a while, and Rob obviously picked up Rob along the way. Thank you, Rob. And my daughters have participated on here, and it's just, you get a really kind of a bigger picture of me and my channel and what interested me, and how far. I mean, Rob came on a podcast, Scared Spitless, once,
Yeah.
And I know because the first time I ever did a podcast, I literally thought I was going to throw up. And it was, you just see this channel grow so much. And so, if you have any interest in doing that, I really implore you to what's the word I'm looking for? Compel. No,
You.
I can't think of the word. Um, to go back and look through that stuff because there's a lot of interesting work, and I hope that I can. That's what I hope. 5 years from now, I can say that about the coming 5 years. Go back and look at that interesting work,
Yeah. Definitely.
and you and me will still be here.
Yep.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna let you go anywhere. So, well, I'm gonna. I think we should just go ahead and wrap it up on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope everybody's enjoyed listening.
Yeah, I had a good time, Rob.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
was a really good question.
No, thank you.
And if I'm not here, then there will be Rob with a Ouija board. So it's gonna keep going on. We've made the promise.
Yeah.
All right. If you would please give this video a thumbs up. If you would share my channel, this video, with people who are interested in the topics that we have covered on here, and please let them know. Come on over. It's free. And we're a lovely group of people with very strange interests. That's all.
Yeah.
And if you want to be notified when my content goes live, click the bell when you subscribe. And thank you for coming and for getting this far.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, love. No problem.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.